Wait, the beer is coming out next week? It's coming out Tuesday, buddy. I signed no contract and I know it's dropping Tuesday, so fuck it. I don't fucking care anymore. It's dropping. I gotta tell you guys that. Announcement tomorrow? Some sort of announcement, I promise you.
Blackout?
Yeah. It has.
Okay.
I might bust it out next week.
Okay. Indeed.
Just don't forget this conversation, gentlemen.
Oh, it won't.
Okay.
It's ingrained.
All right. Next week you're gonna see the wingsuit.
Yo, what's happening guys, and welcome back to a brand new Call of Duty Warzone video. In today's video, we're going to be covering all of the latest information on Warzone as always. As you guys seen from the opening clips, FaZe AGONY outright said that it's coming out on the 10th, and that we're going to be seeing some kind of gameplay or trailer tomorrow. Now, I'm recording this on the 5th of March, so we should be seeing some sort of gameplay or trailer or something on the 6th of March. Keeping in mind that Syndicate and a lot of content creators were flown out by Infinity Ward, we may see some of their gameplay, or we may see an actual trailer from Infinity Ward. So I would keep an eye out at 10 AM Pacific Standard Time on the 6th of March. If you guys want to be first to the action, guys, I'm going to upload the trailer here, so if you guys do happen to miss it, it will be right here. And obviously, Dr. Disrespect was talking about Blackout, saying he's going to bust out the wingsuit next week. Dr. Disrespect hasn't played Blackout in a long time, and he's smiling and talking about busting out the wingsuit. I think it's pretty obvious that Doctor was alluding to Warzone. But in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about something a little bit different here. Gaming Revolution just posted a video yesterday talking about how much Warzone has changed. So I would like to cover all of the details here for you guys. Hopefully just cover all of the changes in more of a short form video. I think it's possible that Warzone was really bad until the content creators went out there and obviously corrected Infinity Ward on all of the stuff that they've done wrong. We're going to cover all of the Warzone changes today. Hopefully tomorrow we'll see a trailer or some sort of gameplay for Warzone. Guys, as always, before we hop into it, please drop a like in the video. If you guys have not subscribed yet, if you've watched a couple of my videos, please consider doing so today. And once again, guys, thank you for the continued support. Activision actually copyright striked me for Call of Duty Warzone, so I think everybody knows that it is coming. For those of you guys who are still a little bit unsure, I know there is a little bit of skepticism about it, because a lot of people have been just basically talking about every rumor under the sun, you know, putting one and one together and making free. I know that a lot of people are just sick of it. I think this information that I'm covering today is really accurate, so hopefully you guys do appreciate that. So there's a guy called Legend of AK. I've actually only spoken to him once. I spoke to him probably about a year ago. He obviously does have some friends who were testing out like Blackout and obviously testing out Warzone. When I spoke to him that one time in Discord, he was telling me about the new engine. He was telling me that Blackout and Black Ops 4 in general was supposed to go on the new engine, but their game could not facilitate Infinity Ward's new engine, and he was telling me all the stuff about these studios coming together and working together. I believe this information is very credible because I have spoken to him before, and I know that he definitely does have some sources on the inside. So I think Warzone probably sucked whenever these guys went to test it out. You know that some of these guys are going to go out and tell them that if it sucks, especially people like Doc. But let's cover all the information here. So it's going to have 150 players at the start apparently, but in the game files it's got 200 players. So I think it's probably going to launch with 150 and they will bring it up to 200. Similar how I think Blackout launched with like 65 or 70 and eventually got it up to 100. Now level 1, 2 and 3 armor has been completely removed from the game and has just been replaced with armor plates. Now each armor plate will count for 50 HP, which I think is actually quite a good thing. So in the previous video where I explained the time to kill, a level 1 armor had 100 HP less than level 2 and level 3, so it was quite a huge disadvantage. And the huge difference with armor now is that it can only be bought with plunder at mobile armories, so there's no RNG armor plates. You have to kill people or find plunder in order to buy those, or loot them off dead bodies. Apparently they've done away with healing items like bandages and first aids, and they're replacing it with auto health regen, which Gaming Revolution said might be something like 5 HP per second. It begs a question for me, will there be stim shots? Especially because you can call in your creator class, and obviously you will have stim shots in those. I think stim shots could be extremely powerful in Warzone. Obviously that remains to be seen. But what do you guys think about that? I personally like the healing system of finding meds, especially if you're trying to out-heal the storm and stuff like that. What do you guys think about auto-healing in Battle Royale? Now apparently the gas is really strong, and there's no chance to out-heal it. And gas masks can only be bought in mobile armories, so if you guys know that you're definitely going to get stuck out of the zone, you have to buy a gas mask. Apparently the weapons that you find on the ground. Obviously, we know that they're going to be common, uncommon, rare, ultra rare, and legendary. Apparently, those were just weapon blueprints that were within Modern Warfare, which is a pretty cool idea actually. But the cool thing is, if you find one of those, you can take the attachments off and put it on a different weapon. Now, apparently there's going to be default drop kits. Obviously, we know that this game has taken some inspiration from Apex Legends. There's going to be drop kits called Tank, Hunter, Demo, and Medic. I think this is a pretty cool idea, but I wonder if you're actually going to drop into the match with a weapon. It seems like they're trying to get rid of a lot of RNG, and if you drop in with weapons, that definitely would do so. I can obviously imagine that Medic will maybe give you like a faster healing, maybe faster reviving for teammates or something like that. Maybe these will all have special abilities. Hunter might be a sniper class. Tank might be for something to do with vehicles. Let me know if you guys have any cool ideas, but it's Tank, Hunter, Demo, and Medic. Apparently they removed all perks from the game, which personally I don't think that's a bad idea actually. I mean, perks are very cool in Call of Duty Blackout, but I think it does create a lot of RNG, especially with things like Dead Silence. Now, apparently there are still field upgrades like stopping power rounds and Dead Silence. What do you guys think about Dead Silence being in Battle Royale? Personally, I would like to see that removed. Let me know what you guys think about that. Now, talking about Last Stand and revives, which we covered in a previous video, Gulag Explained, there doesn't seem to be too much different about that, except for that Last Stand no longer pulls out a pistol. So when you knock somebody, they're not going to pull out a pistol on you, which, thank God, that sounded like an absolutely terrible idea. And whenever you respawn in from the 1v1, you go to the Gulag, you win your 1v1 gunfight, you'll spawn back into the map with a pistol. They also removed a lot of kill streaks from the game. We've seen stuff like chopper gunners. There was a rumor of a tactical nuke being in Warzone, which apparently has been removed. The only kill streaks that you'll be able to get will be a cluster strike and an airstrike. I think this is maybe not a bad idea. As we've talked about before, there's going to be a sort of standard mode and a high adrenaline mode. I can imagine the high adrenaline mode will have like perks, lots of different kill streaks, it'll be crazy. But I think for a standard game mode, they are trying to take out a lot of RNG. And for all the dollar crazy stuff like nukes and chopper gunners and AC-130s, maybe that will be in a separate game mode. Which personally, I think that could be a fun change of pace. But just for the core experience of the Battle Royale, I think it is fantastic that they removed them. Now, speaking of kill streaks, there's going to be UAVs at the end of the match. So during the final circle, you will get a UAV, because if you imagine looking for somebody in somewhere like District, it's going to be extremely hard to find one person camping. So there will be a UAV. And apparently there's going to be red dots on the minimap, which sounds insane. It's kind of funny that they didn't put it in multiplayer, but they're going to put it in a Battle Royale. Now, I'm liking the sound of a lot of this stuff. It sounds like Infinity Ward has taken a lot of direction from these content creators, and I think that's a fantastic move on their part. They apparently blocked off a lot of areas around like farmland, Port of Verdansk. So if you imagine like all of the cranes you can get up onto in Port of Verdansk and Ground War, maybe they blocked off a few buildings in District. I personally think that is a really good idea. I think that Warzone was probably in a pretty bad state until these guys came out and tested it. I have a source within Activision as well, and he's not like a really high key source, like trying to tell everybody all the information. He just got in contact with me because he likes my stream, and he said to me that it was supposed to be dropping in Season 2. I think that was the case, but there was probably a lot of complaints about Warzone before it dropped. The game was probably in a terrible state. There was probably tanks, there was probably thermal scopes, which there may well still be. Obviously, people going into Last Stand whenever you knock them. Lots of RNG with armor and stuff like that. So they delayed it, and obviously it is going to be coming out on March 10th. And hopefully, like I said in the start of the video, we will be getting a trailer or something tomorrow. But that's it for the information, guys. A lot of information to digest. I think it all sounds really good. There's nothing here that concerns me, and that is the main thing. I definitely expected Infinity Ward to put some cheese in the game like multiplayer. It seems like they're trying to make this more of a skilled Battle Royale with less RNG, which I think can never be a bad thing. The only thing I'm concerned about with Battle Royale, speaking of skill, is skill-based matchmaking. For those of you guys who aren't aware yet, there is skill-based matchmaking in Ground War. I tested it out quite recently, and I find local lobbies on my noob account, and I find 150 millisecond lobbies on my main account with almost a 2 KD. So hopefully they don't go too hard with skill-based matchmaking. But aside from that, guys, everything sounds fantastic. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Can we go for 100 likes on today's video? And yeah, guys, if you want to be kept up to date with everything Warzone, make sure you guys put your notifications on. And yeah, guys, I'll catch you next time.